Where's Jim? We need Jim. We need Jim for a minute. Where are you, Jim? Jim, where are you? Come on, where are you hiding, buddy? No, that's alright. Well, I didn't expect him to see this kind of market. He works a different kind of one, so that's alright. But we'll get this running, and what we'll
Learn
do...
science interactively at Brilliant.org.
No, bad monkey.
From thermodynamics and optics to quantum light and beyond, Brilliant gets you hands-on to help you learn by doing. Because the best way to learn science is to actually do it. Get started today at Brilliant.org.
Things we've done before. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning here in Genesis.
I want everyone to answer this question, alright? I'll give you a second to think about it.
What's going on, smart people? Bringing you another episode of Tensor Calculus for Physics based off of the book Tensor Calculus for Physics. There'll be a link in the description. We're steering away from it a little bit because we're just going to be deriving identities that are kind of just given in the book. So we're headed towards Einstein's field equations. The way that we're going to arrive at it is by taking into consideration what they need to reduce to, as well as what they could possibly be in terms of.
Let's just go ahead and make it easy.
Just finding coefficients.
This is something no matter whether it is this guy, whether it is anybody. This field theory is something that is tried and true, pushed through. Up and down that line, forward, backwards, upside down, at least in this specifically spot, because it would be hard to do anything too far out of what the speeds, putting it on target to differential and separating those out that can, can't, do and don't, up, down, X, Y, Z, and T. Is it always can't? Well, it's wild out there. It's clear.
Okay, no black outline. Alright, so now what I want you to do is close your eyes, wiggle your head just a little bit, okay, come back to your natural resting position.
We could build Shangri-La here. That's a test on paper tray. Right down that glass, right? Receiver in the top back position, saws in their back home position, thermaler station set, returned inside here. First, we need to understand what the full body biometrics are laid out on the system, right down the pipes, you know, from every angle on that system. And then there's every angle out there, and then there's every angle anywhere else, but most specifically M1 and M2, M3. It is here, and the fact that it's here, here, plus these minus this. And if you do the algebraic process, it would add up to be invalid in every other reference place comparatively to is this kind of system. R wave function, that would be lambda. Mu R probably. You could change the color. You could say that that's M1 and M2. You could say that this is up and down. You could say that this is up, up, down, down. It'll do individually all of those things in superposition, and you can only do one at a time. But here, all of those things can still be compiling one at a time, all at once. So the basis nature of this is to kind of show you this is the cold, this is the wet, this is the soft, and without doing it, I would tell you from what experience I have doing that, this would give you a prime advantage early on if you stayed in this, where it would be odd to do it any other time. This isn't some swimming hole. This isn't in the proper gear. This would be in the gear plus preparation for showing up in the mill every day or going out back and doing stuff in town every day. It's just going to be you and those systems who couldn't handle those things if that set was in the area for that day. This is a bit of the rabbit order and a wild animal and green revolution here, plant training. Brussels sprouts.
That's kind of bad practice. So,
well, hopefully it would be the word at least to say funny. Of course you know that they're going to get the gravity on that, but we'll see what the ground says later. In real situations, because that'll always be it. We're not always all going to have this set up. This is not a moving unit forever. A lot of this has gaps inside of it, 888. A lot of this separates and does things based off of those numbers and trajectories for areas and locations, and some of it's based off of the limited set of having this school just be the majority of that outputs that. Are there others? Potentially. Is this the prime function to the output? It's necessary out there or not necessary out there? Well, I don't necessarily have those metrics, so we have to deal with that system. But let's creep around here, white feather, like the rest of them, fat, and trying to figure out the bull pit and blow up tanks. Let's see what else we got.
We also have the symmetry about the first two.
Yeah, a little too early. Not quite what I'm looking for. Need a good how-to video here. Well, that would be the speed differential there. I could use one of my Stonemail videos. What does anybody like? Go ahead and throw it in there. You have a general standard model. Go ahead and just throw whatever you want up in there. This is the setup you want to do. Just close them, condense them down a little bit. You know, that's going to snip those up, pack it in your gear, make it look good. Maybe that's training techniques they give them in the book. Maybe that's just what they got out there today. You know, we got to give it a give and take here for where that's going to be best suited. If somebody really knows. Here we're catching illegal drug trafficking from $6 million worth of fentanyl because the cop saw the spare tire was an old beat up tire that was a 17 and the ones on the car were a 15. Now, if you knew certain plants grew on certain hillsides because you live out here, or wherever that might be, that would be the ghillie suit. Well, it would be regular stone gear, right? It would be regular saw gear, everything that was supposed to be inside of there, I disappeared. Gone.
But the derivatives of gamma
Catch you on the next one.
are not